Why would any normal human being choose to watch a movie where a ghost is dragging people by their legs at 2 a.m. in the morning and you're still able to sleep peacefully after? And the most confusing part, some of you are laughing while the rest of us are already planning prayer and fasting because we're watching a horror movie. But interestingly, according to psychology, it's not like you are, because sometimes they're like, is this person okay like this, right? Not exactly. Maybe. Welcome to the official scientific breakdown of why some people love horror movies and why the rest of us just do not get it. Yeah. Now, first of all, science says some people are high sensation seekers. In simple terms, you like stress. So these are people who love or enjoy excitement and novelty, right? They are the type who will watch The Nun alone in the dark and say something like, wow, so relaxing. So it basically means you like fear because it gives your brain some sort of rush, adrenaline, dopamine, suspense, so the whole thing feels like fun to you, right? Because obviously when you watch horror, your brain knows that this thing is not real, but the body is like, I'm not sure what's going on here. So because the body is not sure, it goes into fight or maybe flight mode. It's like you're being chased by a demon, but it is in HD and some subtitles. Then after the jump scare, like we usually have, your body relaxes, and sometimes that tension releases as laughter. And it's not because the scene was funny, it is just because your nervous system said, what do I do with all of this fear from watching The Nun alone in the middle of the night? Let's just giggle. That's it. But on the other hand, let's talk about those who actually find horror films funny. So it is safe to say that people like this tend to have a dark sense of humor or high emotional intelligence, right? They don't see horror tropes as scary. They see them as predictable or even ridiculous. Now, my colleague and I, Falano, was talking about this one titled Final Destination. And I could see the excitement and feel the enthusiasm. And in my head, I'm like, a 70 years old man. Now, during the pandemic, a 2020 study found that people who watch horror movies were better at handling stress. I mean, because, while the rest of us were panicking about toilet paper, horror fans were watching Contagion and saying, wow, relatable content. So this is called rehearsed resilience, because by watching fear in a safe fictional context, your brain learns to cope with difficult emotions. So technically, if you love horror, you might actually be tougher than the rest of us. So it is what it is. I also found out that horror makes people bond. I don't understand it yet, but research, psychology says so, yes. So believe it or not, horror helps people bond. Shared experiences, particularly those involving fear, can create a sense of connection and closeness among individuals. And this phenomenon is supported by both psychological theories and observed social behaviors. Interestingly, there is even a term for it, right? It is called misattribution of arousal. So next time when you're laughing during Hereditary, an amazing movie at that, just remember that psychology says you're not crazy, you're just emotionally resilient, thrill-seeking, and slightly terrifying. So tell me in the comments, which horror movie made you laugh the most? And are you the one screaming in the cinema or the one laughing while others are praying? Make sure to like this video if you've ever jumped and spilled popcorn. Subscribe if your parents banned horror movies in the house, and comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you hear any kurukere in your kitchen at 2 a.m. in the morning, just mind your business. So this is Nigeria. Bye bye.